Mail to my father. Good news, I got shipping confirmation on your sodomy t-shirt.
Leave that in the video. Okay, Liv is off screen doing things, as you just heard, and I'm for sure going to leave in the video. I'm just going to get started. I'm just going to... Because, I mean, I don't even need to do the Straga, because we've already done Straga videos repeatedly. Everyone look, I got more Straga. My beloved Straga. I'm putting it with the Grappa and the Slivovich for just weird foreign stuff that one might take a shot of rather than over with the various bitters. And I mean, and this is camera worthy, Straga is an ingredient, but it is also a base spirit. It's not an accessory like Galliano. So then for the actually new stuff that we're going to talk about, got myself some more weird things that I like. So I don't know what this is. I don't know what the name of the liqueur is, or what the brand name is, but the translation that's stuck on the bottle is a sticker communicated that this bottle is entirely in a foreign language. It's part of Croatia this time, so I've got some Serbian brandy and now some Croatian herbal liqueur. It's called Travarica herbal brandy. There might be some different pronunciations there, but it also says Maraska up here. It says Dalmatica down here. It says Jako Alkoholno Pise down here. It's got a comma in the percent sign of alcohol, so...
What do you mean it has a comma?
Down here, the alcohol by volume is 37,5% alcohol by volume, 1 liter. But it's a herbal liquor. And then, because I had a craving to buy some Campari or Aperol or something along those lines, but I always have to find something a little bit different. Got myself some Bruto Americano liqueur. So I don't know if it actually will fill the role that a Campari or a bitters would. Also, it's colored with insects, if I recall correctly. I shouldn't have said that on camera before I checked. I intend to check. But
What's it called?
It's colored with cochineal, Cochineal, which, if I remember correctly from one of the books I read 2 months ago, Liv is nodding off camera. In the Roman era, they used to have to collect 220,000 of these tiny beetles to make the dye to color one person's, not tunic, what are they looking for?
Robe.
It is a robe, but...
Cape? Toga?
Toga, thank you, which I know is more Greek than Roman, but anyway, one article of clothing required the harvesting of over 200,000 of these tiny beetles that had to be captured hundreds of miles away or thousands of miles away and transported and crushed, and the process of dyeing clothes used to be like life or death. And yet, very, very primitive humans who struggled for access to running water and didn't know how to read prioritized it, which I find fascinating. Oof, it's bitter. Medicinal smelling. I already kind of like it. And then a nice sake.
Whether or not it's nice is yet to be seen. Player 2 enters the video.
It should switch me sides because you look totally in shadow. Smells like sake. Typically like my Sake warmed. Okay,
Indeed.
stay out here.
Yes. This one does have English on it, but its bottle is just nice. Fits the hand nicely. It's like the holy hand grenade liquor.
Alright, to my Shamborg.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's Shamborg. Dokie.
Croatia.
Croatia.
What flavor is that?
All of them.
Whew.
I'll get you.
It's the sweetness of brandy. And then just everything.
Yeah, just like,
Put your spice cabinet in a bottle.
yeah,
Oh.
it's not overpoweringly one or another, but it does smell like opening someone's herb cabinet like all at once, where, you know, inadvertently you've like pepper bombed yourself. So as an ingredient, it's going to be a small but powerful ingredient in things. Yeah. Not to be consumed straight, but
Science!
man, definitely a bit of anise in there, but not just anise. Like, it's low on the anise scale. Don't try and use it.
It's kind of minty.
It is kind of minty. Yeah.
I don't have a palate cleanser. I get to live like this now. Yeah, that's drinking Listerine
Pretty close.
with some
Like,
stuff.
there are specific things that taste mouthwashy, and it doesn't have that because it doesn't have any traditionally medicinal feel to it. And when I say that, I mean non-traditionally medicinal feel. Definitely, if you are like of European descent, this is what medicine tasted like for 600 years.
Well, what I find interesting is the burn isn't like an alcohol burn. It's just, this is a lot of spices in my mouth.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is coming from that herbal.
Yeah, overall, it's a smooth beverage. Just...
Yeah, the closest thing I can compare it to is cinnamon, but it's not cinnamon. There's some herb where it tastes like you just made a wormwood syrup, and that's what it would taste like. Whew. It'll get you. This is not even meant to be consumed straight. This is a bitters, to be used in place of something like a Campari. It's got a very coffee-ish kind of nose.
I dig the bottle.
It's a nice little bottle. I dig the name, Bruto Americano.
Oh, no. I don't want to.
I don't want to either. Yeah, this is also meant to be an ingredient.
Yeah, I'm staring at the ingredients, and it just says alcohol, herbs, and spices.
And then the little
Cane
beetles.
sugar. And the beetles.
And the little beetles. So this isn't vegan friendly. Can't have it. Vegans.
Suck it, vegans.
Don't suck it. Don't suck this. It's got
Do not
vegan
suck
stuff.
this.
Don't put it in your PBRs. Little sips.
You poured so much.
Yeah, regret on that.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Ah.
This does taste like
Jesus.
drinking cinnamon syrup.
It was
Man.
nice for a split second, and then just...
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the leftover.
That could also be a factor. It was a terrible idea. There's a lot of strong flavors going on here.
Just gonna do a clean
Boy.
one. Jesus.
Again, a powerful and therefore minimal cocktail ingredient with this bad boy.
I'm afraid of doing it again in case it wasn't this. It wasn't. No.
And then the thing is, I don't know what you would do with that.
I know it's a bitters, but it's so bitter. Not even like a dry, salivating bitter. Like, I can't compare this bitter to anything. I've got nothing.
It is like the closest to literally eating herbs now.
Yep. I'm so glad we got all these herbal liqueurs.
I don't know what you would do. Like,
I don't.
in a cocktail, because like, my first thought is you don't need to put it with gin. Gin is already so herby.
Yep.
And there's playing some serious strengths. But then I don't know, like...
Well, I mean, if you did like a Negroni style thing...
That's the only thing I can think of is
Yeah.
you just use this in place of Aperol or Campari.
Ah,
Man.
have some of your beer.
Whoosh.
Free me from this. Thank you. Now we can cleanse our palates with some nice sake. To say this is nice is probably a stretch. It was $12.
It kind of smells like fresh tobacco around here now from these two things. I don't know if one is stronger than the other, but like not like cigarettes. A little bit like a freshly opened pack of cigarettes, but more like someone opened
Like
a
pipe
pouch.
tobacco,
Yeah, someone opened a pouch of tobacco.
I think it's this one.
It's much more likely that
I
way, yeah.
feel like this is what it would taste like to eat a cigarette.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just room temperature sake. Either hot or cold is the way to actually have sake. But
Not good sake, it's not bad sake.
I don't think this is a fair assessment. I get the
Our mouths
impression
are
it's not
fried.
good.
Yeah.
Again, like hot or cold would be the way to go. It disappears off the palate. You can just go next to the other sakes and rice wines.
Yeah, we definitely have better ones.
Yeah.
Did we drink all of that other one? The blue tower looking?
Oh yeah, that was a long time ago. That was a cocktail ingredient that I used.
I'm learning. That was unpleasant, and I didn't like it. This as a whole was a choice that we made. Full of regret.
I think you would definitely want, like, we're gonna have to try and whip up something like a cocktail.
I'm genuinely gonna Google this and see if there's anything.
The one might use it for.
Yeah. There's a good chance that much like the witch, someone somewhere has already solved this.
I'm gonna go right for all of my cocktail defaults here. Single drop of rose water, by which I mean orange blossom water.
Yep.
No, that was 3 drops. That's gonna be a fucking lot. I don't think any aftermarket bitters here is gonna. I mean, maybe grapefruit, but that's kind of leaning into the same thing. I don't know how to work against this. I feel like everything is gonna be working against it. Yeah. But definitely, some fucking agave. Big agave energy. Typically people don't put a citrus with any kind of bitters. Okay, I'm going to be off camera getting some ice.
Here's the question.
Yeah.
Do you want a gunnery, a peppy, a hailstone, a starabasca, a zurich zik, pecan fizz, Zuchare. Vuchare.
You're just making sounds.
I know.
Crazy person.
I'm gonna click on the rum one.
Okay, so this needs a base spirit. I'm gonna go with not a base spirit. Depends what I just said. I'm gonna put some Galliano in this. Try and make it a little more palatable.
We don't have any kind of lemon liqueur.
No.
Limoncello.
I think actually this would benefit. I might be going overboard, but I feel like I should put Maraschino and Galliano in this. Typically I do one or the other, but they're both great additions to a drink that are still subtle and just liven things up nicely. I'm going to give this the best chance of working. So we are at roughly an ounce of Bruto Americano, a spritz of Travarica, Travarica, half ounce Maraschino, half ounce Galliano, orange blossom water, and agave syrup. And I kind of, you know what? Base spirit? Motherfucking old granddad.
Because we have some.
Old granddad won't steer you wrong. Should be 2 ounces of old granddad, you think? If I make it 2 ounces, it's going to be a bigger cocktail, and if it's no good, then it's too big.
Wasted 2 ounces.
It's too big of a cocktail. But I do think with everything else going on in there, 2 ounces. Plus, you know, your base spirit should always be, I think, 2 ounces. Because the thing about ordering cocktails, go ahead and make them really small, because you don't have to make the second one, right? You're sitting in a bar, you're ordering drinks. If we're going to be like, yeah, let's make cocktails, go upstairs and play games, it's like, we're going to make cocktails for the trip. Okay. This is something like Brutal Granddad.
It's a terrible band name.
Mm. Pretty good drink though. It's hella spicy still, but I think it is thinned out where you're getting the benefit of all of those spices. Like, it's peppery, but it's long enough that you're not just getting whaled in the face with it. It's like, this is a spicy drink, but
Okay. I can't make this exact beverage. I can work around it.
okay, get on camera here. Give this bad boy a try. Try that drink.
Okay.
Because I'm genuinely impressed with that drink. Like, maybe a little bit of booze is lifting my spirits, but
Bar puns. Yeah, that's not bad.
yeah.
Like you said, it's still very spicy. Would you mind grabbing this
Very,
ice?
yeah. It's hot as balls. But it's deliberately that way.
Yeah, as opposed to just being like, well, this is a lot of flavors in my mouth. What a terrible cut.
I'm over here doing the Googling.
Googling shit. Anyway. My turn.
Bruto Americano, the American aperitivo.
America.
What can you do with Bruto Americano?
Okay, so we're doing 3/4 of this lovely lemon.
Back to my point, yes, this is, it's an Amaro. So it is the same as Campari and Aperol. And that one that I just saw in a Behind the Bar video where she pronounced it weird. It looks like it should be Cynar, but she pronounced it with a CH or something like that. Cynar. It contains Seville orange, balsam fear, and buckthorn bark. It's woodsier than Campari.
So.
There's a drink that's basically a whiskey Negroni that uses it. Ooh, there's a drink called a Bruto Buck.
So it's a buck with it.
Yeah, which contains ginger beer.
Which we're out of.
Yes. You got it. I didn't get to use any of it.
We bought it at a very inconvenient time.
Indeed. And there's a drink just called Bruto and Cherries, in which you muddle cherries, pouring Bruto and tequila. And lemon juice. Simple. You got a really simple, good cocktail there. In the meantime, I insist that I enjoy this.
If you insist. Where to go?
What you looking for?
The first bitter. The one that starts with a T. Am I just blind? Yes, I am.
There's only, I think, it's the only green bottle down there now, I think.
Oh, it's still inventory.
Oh. But that's clearly distinguishable.
Yes. We got the back. Okay, this is probably a bad idea. So, most of the recipes I found for this bad boy, by which I mean 2, had citrus and cinnamon. One of them had rum, so I decided to throw some rum in there. So we're doing 1/2 ounce lemon, full ounce of the lovely black strip, 1/2 ounce. This bad boy is for cinnamon. We have a very tiny bottle of Jack Daniel's Hennessy Fire. It's probably just a bad idea, which is why I did a bar spoon. And debate whether or not to put some agave in there in a minute. Just gonna wreck everything first. What a disgusting color. Alright. This is... It smells fine. Let's come see what I've done. I've made it disappear.
Not entirely. That cigarette taste is in there. Let's call it cigarettes on ice, and there's this drink.
Got those Popeye cigarettes as a garnish.
Again, the Negroni people might like this. Like, this is a flavor profile that exists that I'm not familiar with. I can't tell a good Negroni from a bad one. I don't think the citrus actually helps this situation, is the thing.
No, I think it's too much lemon. I also didn't add any agave or anything, which might help because the blackstrap's pretty sweet.
I think this is the better of the two drinks.
Bias, no.
It very absolutely could be.
No, like this isn't anything special.
Greg says he likes to taste all the ingredients of a drink. I think that can lead to drinks just being unbalanced. Like, I can taste the individual parts of this. I can taste that there's citrus in it and that there's bitters in it. But I don't taste them working together. I can detect the two different things. Whereas in this feels like a unified drink. This feels like a cocktail that exists.
Well,
I'm already of the opinion that it's too by the book Alistair cocktail, though. Because I did all my default things.
Yeah. Well, we can have a contest in the comments.
Get in the comments.
Try them both. Let us know. Get your friends soused. Running out of batteries, so we need to wrap this up. I'm gonna eat some Chinese. My stomach is mad. We drank too much herbal liqueur.
It's medicine.
It's medicine.
Herbal liqueur is good for you. Cure what ails you. Prevents lycanthropy.
The thing that ails me is herbal liqueur.
We can end on that unless you have an amazing catchphrase.